we are very privileged to have a chance to pay respect to the Venerable Sayadaw, Dr. Asabha. He is a meditation master of this MOGOK Dhamma Center, and he is also the chief abbot of the Shivawen Monastery, a famous monastery for doing meditation and then teaching Dhamma, preaching Dhamma to all of us. So we are very lucky to be here to have the short lecture on this Paticcasamuppada by the Venerable Sayadaw. So Sayadaw will explain about this Paticcasamuppada to you in detail. And first, we'll listen to Sayadaw preaching. Then after that, you are free to ask any question you want to know. And Sayadaw will, with very kind metta, he will explain for your satisfaction. Thank you.
Okay, all of monks and students, all of students, and who are come and study headquarters of MOGOK VIPASSANA Meditation Center. I'd like to explain as much as I can concerning with MOGOK Sayadaw's method and so-called dependent origination. Dependent origination, according to the MOGOK Sayadaw's method, to understand dependent origination, at first we have to study 12 factors in this diagram. 12 factors are mainly important to understand MOGOK Sayadaw's method. 12 factors are mainly important. If we understand 12 factors, we can understand all of MOGOK Sayadaw's meditation and MOGOK Sayadaw's explanation. 12 factors are mainly important. Without understanding 12 factors, we cannot understand dependent origination anymore. Without understanding 12 factors, whenever you listen Dhamma talk concerning with the MOGOK Sayadaw's method, you cannot understand. To understand MOGOK Sayadaw's method, at first we have to study 12 factors, whatever it is. 12 factors are mainly important. If you have already studied 12 factors and dependent origination, when I explain MOGOK Sayadaw's method, you may understand easily. Otherwise, may be difficult for you. Whatever it is, as much as I can, I like to explain MOGOK Sayadaw's method, dependent origination. Okay, dependent origination, this diagram, this is diagram method. Dependent origination means Pali word Paticcasamuppada. Paticcasamuppada. Dependent origination. Dependent on cause, originate effect. Dependent on cause, originate effect. Dependent origination means cause and effect only. Cause and effect. So to understand cause and effect, as I explain you, at first you see this diagram. In this diagram, there are 12 factors: avijja, sankhara, vijnana, namarupa, salayana, phassa, vedana, tanha, upadana, kamabhava, jati, jaramarana, altogether 12 factors. Among the 12 factors, avijja and sankhara in the number 1 section, avijja and sankhara. In the number 2 section, vijnana, namarupa, salayana, phassa, vedana. In the number 3, tana, upadana, kamabhava. And number 4, jati, jaramarana. Depending on avijja and sankhara, they arise here so-called 5 aggregates. Depending on tana, upadana, kamabhava, they arise jati, jaramarana. Avijja and sankharas are causes Vijnana nama rupa salayana phassa vedanas are effects. Tana upadana kamabhavas are causes. Chati charamaranas are effect. Cause and effect, cause and effect. That is called dependent origination. Dependent origination means cause and effect. Good cause, good effect, bad cause, bad effect. For example, there is no smoke without fire. No smoke without fire. There is no effect without cause. Whatever is cause and effect, everything is cause and effect. So, dependent origination means cause and effect. When I explain dependent origination, some people, dependent origination means cause and effect. In that case, if you understand cause and effect, you attain realization on Nibbana. You attain realization on Nibbana. If all of you understand cause and effect, you attain realization on Nibbana. Cause and effect, here, according to the dependent origination, cause and effect, you may understand the Four Noble Truths. Also, the Four Noble Truths are cause and effect only. The Four Noble Truths, the Noble Truth of suffering, the Noble Truth of the cause of suffering, the Noble Truth of cessation, the Noble Truth of the way leading to the cessation of suffering. The first one, suffering. The second, the cause of suffering. The third, cessation. The fourth, the way leading to the cessation of suffering, means the cause of cessation. Dukkha Satya, the Noble Truth of suffering, that is cause, that is effect. Samudaya Satya, the Noble Truth of the cause of suffering, that is cause. Nirodha Satya, the Noble Truth of cessation of suffering, that is effect. Magga Satya, the Noble Truth of the way leading to the cessation of suffering, that is cause. Effect, cause, effect, cause. Cause and effect only. The Four Noble Truths means cause and effect. So, if you understand cause and effect, you attain realization of the Four Noble Truths. In this connection, you understand, when you understand cause and effect, you attain realization of Nibbana. So, this dependent origination is deep and deep, deep and deep. Whenever we study dependent origination, never finished. We cannot end the study in dependent origination. So this is very deep and deep. We have to study more and more. In that case, we can understand more and more. The more we study, the more we understand dependent origination. And at the time when we practice meditation, we can be free from all of suffering by way of dependent origination. So this diagram is cycling by way of cause and effect. Cause and effect, cause and effect. This is, according to the MOGOK method, this diagram is cycling. And in that case, to practice meditation, MOGOK method, whenever we practice meditation, according to this diagram, how to practice meditation, majority of a foreign meditator put a question. How to practice meditation by way of this dependent origination, by way of this diagram. diagram is far from meditators. Meditators are separate. How to practice by way of this diagram? In this diagram, for example, Vijnana, Namarupa, Salayana, Phassa, Vedana. They are called 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates. To practice meditation, we have to understand all of these 5 aggregates. Maybe one of the 5 aggregates are arising in us. For example, feeling, Vedana, feeling. Feeling is arising in us. When we practice meditation, we have feeling. For example, unpleasant feeling is arising in us. Unpleasant feeling. Unpleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, we have to observe it. When we observe that unpleasant feeling is increasing and increasing. The more we practice unpleasant feeling, the more unpleasant feeling is increasing and increasing. Sometimes increasing, sometimes decreasing. That unpleasant feeling. Sometimes increasing, sometimes decreasing. In that case, that unpleasant feeling is impermanence. Impermanence. That impermanence is also called suffering. When we have suffering, we cannot control that suffering. We cannot control. Why we cannot control that suffering? Because of not our own. So we cannot control that suffering. That is called no soul. No soul. When we practice meditation, we understand impermanence, suffering, and no soul. By practicing feeling meditation, we understand automatically impermanence, suffering, and no soul. At the time, we have to develop again and again. Impermanence, suffering, and no soul. Impermanence, suffering, and no soul. We have to develop. Many, many times we have to develop 3 characteristics. When we develop many times, we can see the arising and disappearance of mind and matter, arising and disappearance of feeling. Arising and disappearance of feeling. When we see the arising and disappearing is dukkha satya. The arising and disappearance of feeling is dukkha satya, the noble truth of suffering. We understand this feeling is dukkha, the noble truth of suffering. We understand. When we practice meditation, that feeling is arising and disappearing only. Arising and disappearing is suffering, dukkha satya. Arising and disappearing is suffering, dukkha satya. When we understand this is dukkha, we don't crave for that dukkha. We have no craving. No craving means here, craving means tanha. No craving means no tanha. We kill this tanha, craving. How do we kill? By practicing meditation, we kill. By practicing meditation, we remove this craving. When we have no craving, no attachment. No attachment. No attachment, no becoming. No craving, no attachment, no becoming. This is karma. As long as we have craving and attachment, we will try by doing this karma action. When we try by doing this karma bhava pacaya jati. Depending on karma, there arise jati. Now we have already removed this karma, so no karma, no jati. Jati means birth, no birth. No birth, no old age, and no death. No old age and no death. That is attain realization of Nibbana. cessation of suffering. Stop all of suffering. Why do we stop? Because we practice meditation on the feeling. That feeling is arising and disappearing. So arising and disappearing is suffering. Knowledge is the way leading to the cessation of suffering. Now we have knowledge. This feeling is suffering, dukkha satya. When we understand this is dukkha, at the time we have magga satya, the way leading to the cessation of suffering. Magga satya, the way leading to the cessation of suffering, come here. That knowledge remove craving, attachment, becoming. So removing is samudaya satya, the noble truth of the cause of suffering. We remove the noble truth of the cause of suffering. When we remove the cause of suffering, we will have no suffering again. When we remove the cause of suffering, we will have no suffering again. We attain no suffering area, no suffering, no birth, no old age, and no death. We attain. To attain no birth, no old age, and death, we have to practice meditation here. So we practice meditation on the feeling. Feeling is arising and disappearing. Arising and disappearing is dukkha satya. Knowledge is magga satya. Removing is samudaya satya. Attaining is nirodha satya. We attain the Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths by practicing feeling meditation. So this feeling, actually, feeling including vijnana, namarupa, salayana, phassa, altogether 5 aggregates. That 5 aggregates are not in the diagram. Actually, in our body and mind, inside our body and mind. This is about ourselves, not about the diagram. Actually, this is about ourselves. So, when we practice meditation, we have to see our body and mind by wisdom eye. By wisdom eye. Close normal eye, open wisdom eye. At the time, we can see the arising and disappearance of 5 aggregates. Arising and disappearance of 5 aggregates is dukkha satya. Knowledge is magga satya. That knowledge, understand, this is dukkha. This is dukkha. Actually, this is dukkha. We understand dukkha as dukkha. We understand. When we understand dukkha as dukkha, we have knowledge. That knowledge remove craving, attachment, becoming, so-called samudaya satya. We remove samudaya satya. Samudaya satya means the cause of suffering. When we remove the cause of suffering, when we have the cause of suffering, we will have no suffering again. No suffering again. No birth, no old age, no death. We attain cessation of nirvana. Cessation of and suffering. We attain nirvana. We attain the realization of nibbana, the cessation of suffering. So, to attain the realization of nibbana in this very life, we have to practice meditation. Practicing meditation. To practice meditation and our body and mind, we have feeling, consciousness, and everything is arising in us, not in the diagram. Now we are studying, and diagram means we are studying about ourselves. So, if we understand inside our mind and bodies are arising and disappearing, we have to see the arising and disappearing by wisdom eye. To practice meditation, when we practice meditation more and more, we can see the arising and disappearance of mind and matter. At the time, we may attain realization of nibbana by practicing dependent origination. So, in brief, dependent origination means cause and effect only. If we understand cause and effect, we understand the Four Noble Truths. When we attain the Four Noble Truths, you attain realization of nibbana. So, this dependent origination is also dependent. To understand this dependent origination, we have to study 12 factors. 12 factors are mainly important. If we understand 12 factors, we can understand all of these verses. 2 verses here, we can understand very easily. Without understanding 12 factors, very difficult to understand any others. Okay, I hope you understand dependent origination. The meaning of dependent origination, this is very short to the point. If you have any question, please ask me.
Venerable Sayadaw, my question is really necessary to know, to practice MOGOK meditation center? It's necessary to know this Paticcasamuppada to practice in MOGOK meditation?
Sorry?
It's really necessary to know Paticcasamuppada,
yes,
to practice MOGOK method?
Yes. And
or otherwise, without knowing this Paticcasamuppada, also we can practice MOGOK method?
You mean without understanding this diagram, you cannot practice meditation according to the MOGOK method, you mean?
So it's really necessary?
Really necessary. Without understanding this diagram, impossible to practice meditation according to the MOGOK method. Impossible, we have to say, we have to give answer. And actually this, if we understand all of Buddha's teaching, we can practice any methods. We can practice any method. We can attain realization of Nibbana by practicing any methods. Any methods are also right or also correct, and by their methods, they are good each other. They are very good, and they are also according to the Buddha's method, based on Buddha's method. That's fine. All are good, but if you want to practice meditation according to the MOGOK method, you have to study this diagram anymore. Without understanding this diagram, you cannot practice meditation according to the MOGOK method.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay.
So, now we are standing in the diagram, second period of time. By knowing that any Vedana of our consciousness, awareing any kinds of Vedanas, and how we pass the cycle. In diagram show that we can pass attain the insight knowledge to attain Nibbana by passing the second period. So, knowing any Vedana, how to practice our consciousness of just the reasons and experience of any Vedana is right. How to practice and how to observe the consciousness?
Consciousness?
Yes.
Or when you have feeling Vedana.
Yes.
And sometimes you have consciousness also. You miss consciousness and feeling you have.
Yes.
Which one you have to practice? You want to know?
Yes. Knowing the any Vedana. Vedana means Vedana show as rises and disappear, rises and disappear.
Yes.
Taking, knowing that arises and disappear, action, function. Arises and disappear, any Vedana function. Knowing is to pass the Paticcasamuppada.
Okay. This is also very interesting question, and majority of meditators are confusing feeling and consciousness. Feeling and consciousness. Some meditators put a question very often, and Venerable Sir, when we have pain, we are practicing meditation, at the time, we are practicing consciousness or feeling. Consciousness or feeling. Actually, consciousness and feelings are the same arising and the same disappearing. According to the Buddha's teaching, this is too deep. Buddha name, and this is consciousness, this is feeling. That's why we classify consciousness and feeling. Actually, they are the same. But for meditators, some meditators understand this is knowing. In that case, you can practice consciousness. You are practicing consciousness. Some meditators understand, oh, this is a feeling. In that case, you are practicing feeling meditation. That is depend on the meditators, those who are practicing meditation. We cannot decide this is consciousness, this is feeling. We cannot decide. Some meditators are practicing knowing. Some meditators are practicing feeling. If you are practicing feeling, that is Vedana meditation. If you are practicing knowing, consciousness meditation. Okay?
By knowing this to basti, to attain realization.
Possible, yeah. We have to practice. We have to practice little by little. By practicing knowing, you can attain realization of Nibbana. Actually, meditation means mindfulness. Meditation means mindfulness. Mindfulness means, according to the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, even when you go to toilet, you can observe by mindfulness. So whenever you, whatever you do, whenever you are, you can practice meditation by mindfulness. When you have an seeing mind also, you observe it by mindfulness. Hearing mind, observe it mindfulness. Sometimes thinking mind, you have to observe it. Mindfulness is also very essential. So we can practice knowing mind. By practicing knowing mind, you can attain realization of Nibbana. By practicing feeling also, you can attain realization of Nibbana. Okay?
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Sierra. But I would like to ask the two questions.
Okay.
But the first question is, what are the major impediments that obstructs meditation? So, how we can cut off those factors? But it is the first question. And the second question is, because Mogok Sayadaw is invent a Mogok method, Mogok way. So, I would like to ask you, but if you explains about just a little Mogok Sayadaw biography, so because I don't know exactly, so if you explain exactly the Mogok Sayadaw biography, so I'm so happy about that. Thank you.
Okay, number one.
Number one is what are the major impediment? Impediment. Yeah. So that obstructs meditation. So how we can cut off those factors?
Okay, sorry. Emptyment means you mean it's a Pali word?
No, impediment. Impediment.
Sorry.
IMPEDIMENT. D-E-N-T, impediment.
And empty-man means you mean that vocabulary and hard for me. Empty-man means you can change any. Can you change any other vocabulary?
Impediment, it is how we know exactly the craving of the factors.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
When we practice meditation, how we can know craving or attachment? You mean like that?
Yes, ignorance.
Okay. That is also interesting, very interesting question for me.
Yeah.
According to the MOGOK method, when we practice meditation, I don't know in English word, one part, and white color, long neck.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know in English. That long neck, bird, kinds of bird.
Yes,
long neck.
Yes.
Also, nose also very long.
Yes.
Mostly, it wants to catch fish
Yeah.
and go to the beach. Go to the beach. At the beach, it was waiting very quietly.
Yes.
Without moving, very quietly, it is waiting. At the time, one of the fish is arising there, catch immediately.
Yes.
And eaten. Otherwise, it is waiting quietly. One of the catch is arising there, quickly, catch quickly, very quickly.
Very quickly, yes.
Yeah, very quickly. No fish, not moving.
yes.
Like that.
Yes.
So, like that example, when we practice meditation, quietly we have to wait and see.
Yes.
Like that bird.
Yes.
At the time, sometime craving is arising in you, you may understand very easily because you are waiting. Wait and see.
Yes.
So you can see at the time, oh, this is craving. And this is craving.
Yes.
At the time, craving is arising, craving is not arising. You have to observe it and without, and not verbally.
Yes.
And mentally.
Concentration.
Concentration.
Yeah.
So you have to observe that craving. Craving is arising, we have to observe it.
Yes, thank you.
When we observe that craving, actually that craving is not arising forever.
Yes.
Sometimes arising, sometimes disappearing, arising, disappearing. When you observe, disappear. Sometimes when you observe, disappear.
Yeah.
Like that. So you have to observe that craving clearly to understand. At that time, you can see the arising and disappearance of craving, clearly.
Yes.
Little by little, you can understand clearly arising and disappearing. At the time, arising and disappearing is actually a dukkha satya, the noble truth or suffering. Arising and disappearing means the noble truth or suffering.
Dukkha satya.
Dukkha satya. Arising and disappearing is dukkha satya. That understanding knowledge is called magga satya. Magga satya means a supramundane magga. This is a mundane level, not supramundane.
And magga and phala, it is the supramundane also.
And not in this stage, not supramundane. Later on, you may develop again and again.
Yes.
Otherwise, your nirvana is very quick, no?
Yes.
So, little by little, you have to practice meditation. Arising and disappearance of craving is dukkha satya. Understanding knowledge is magga satya.
Yes.
At the time, you understand dukkha as dukkha. So, you don't crave for that dukkha.
Yes.
At the time, you have no craving. no attachment, and no becoming. You are removing smudaya satya.
Yes.
When you remove smudaya satya, as long as we have smudaya satya, we will have dukkha satya again.
Oh.
Now we are removing smudaya satya. We have already removed smudaya satya. So when you remove smudaya satya, removing is smudaya satya at the time, you attain no suffering area. No?
Oh, yes.
When you have no smudaya, no dukkha. You attain no dukkha area.
Yes.
By practicing craving, you can attain realization of nibbana, and this very life also possible.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay.
So, but second question is just a little biography of Mogo Sayadaw.
Mogo Sayadaw's biography, and actually we are difficult to explain Mogo Sayadaw's biography. We understand very little. Mogo Sayadaw was born in Uyendo village, Myenge Township, Myenge Township near Mandalay, Uyendo village,
Yes.
Myenge Township. That Uyendo village also we have in there. There also and like meditation hall, and all together like this and building, very big building. That is monastery. We go there and open meditation retreats. Mogo Sayadaw's village.
Yes.
We open meditation retreats. Unfortunately, the villagers are not interested in Mogo Sayadaw's method. So, very amazing.
Yes, very amazing.
Yeah, very amazing. We open meditation retreat for 7 days. Very a few people come and practice meditation, but nighttime they come and listen Dhamma talk. Majority of the villager come and listen and Dhamma talk, nighttime only. And practicing meditation time, no one come there.
No participate.
Yeah, nobody participate like that.
Yes.
So we in our village near the Mandalay, and to put it in a nutshell, unfortunately, Mogo Sayadaw's method is very popular in our country,
Yes.
as you know, very, very much popular.
Yes.
Unfortunately, not in his village.
Maybe they are also relative.
Possible.
Yes.
And MOGOK also, and Mogo Sayadaw practice meditation for I think 4 years or something like that. At the time of Second World. At the time of Second World War, he practiced meditation in the cave. That is called Pobran village. Yes. That is in Mogok. That cave is also still now. That cave, which Mogo Sayadaw practiced meditation. At the time of Mogo Sayadaw, that cave is very, very big. We can go in very easily. We can go inside very easily. The one stand up, no? Like that. Height is one stand up at the time of Mogo Sayadaw. Right now, because of, and I don't know how to explain, that cave is become smaller and smaller.
Came down.
Yeah, came down and difficult to enter there. When we enter into the cave, very bend and cave, very difficult. One sitting only, very become smaller and smaller. So we have there also meditation retreat.
Yes.
And also we open meditation retreats in other Mogo Sayadaws and other meditation master went there and open meditation retreat there also.
Yes.
Mogosaros, that is Mogosaro, when he practiced meditation, no? Mogosaro, that place is where Mogosaro practiced meditation for 4 years or something like that. We have studied, no, I don't know exactly.
Yes.
So that is Povaram village, no? Povaram village. And near the Povaram village also, Mangala Dai, no? Mangala Dai, and MOGOK and Amarapura also. Amarapura also, Mogosaros, Mangala Dai, and MOGOK also, we have been there, we have visited there. When Mogosaro was born, and I don't know exactly.
Yes.
At the time of Mogosaro, I think Mogosaro has great compassion, too much compassion.
Yes.
For all of people, lay devotees, no? When they come to the Mogosaros monastery and to offer some food or something, at the time Mogosaro used to give Dhamma talk, not talking here and there. He used to give Dhamma talk. At the time, he used, and for example, bitter, you know bitter, chewing bitter.
Bitter nut.
Yeah, bitter nut, using bitter nut, 5 aggregate. For example, you have to understand 5 aggregate. 5 aggregate, when he explained 5 aggregate, 5 bitter nut. As example, to understand clearly. So, who are not educated,
yes.
they can understand very easily. That's why Mogosaro used. He used to chew bitter.
Yes.
That's why that bitter nut also, for example, and he gave Dhamma talk.
Yes.
Together with example.
Now they like a cup.
Yeah, now
Plastic
become
cup.
change. Yeah, now
Yes.
we use cup, no?
Yes.
We use cup. Mogosaro's guidance, no? Under the guidance of Mogosaro's meditation master, cannot sit very quietly, no? Sometimes we have to use this cup. Sometimes we point with a stick also, like that. Mogosaro's.
Yes.
Mogosaro's disciple, no? Mogosaro's disciples are like that. That is Mogosaro's compassion. I understand. To understand, and who are not educated people, they can understand easily. Without education, doesn't matter. They can understand easily by example, no?
Yes.
Cup and everything. At the time, 5 aggregate, 5 cup. 5 cup means we cannot use as we please. We cannot use.
Yes.
We have to use systematically. For example, here 5 aggregate means this is Rubekanda. No? Okay. This is Rubekanda, this is Vedana Khanda, Sanya Khanda, Sankhara Khanda, Vijnana Khanda, like that.
Yes.
So here Rubekanda is different colors.
Yes.
Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnanas are also different colors. By seeing this is matter. These are mine. Automatically
Can understand easily.
Yeah, easily. You can understand easily, like that. Mogosaro used like this method. That's why majority of peoples are very easy to understand. That's why Mogosaro's method is good, something like that. They understand very easily.
Yes.
That's why Mogosaro's method is very popular in this country.
Yes.
No outside. No outside. Why Mogosaro's method is not spreading outside me? Because of language problem. Because our problem. We cannot learn English perfectly to explain Mogosaro's method, to show Mogosaro's way. We cannot show outside.
Yes.
That is our fault.
Yes.
That's why Mogosaro's method is not spreading outside. No? Like that. we have to try, you, including you and me, we have to try as much as we can to know Mogok method, to practice meditation, to feel real peace. We have to try as much as we can.
Yes.
Okay. Mogok biography, I don't know exactly anymore.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Okay, you're welcome.
Venerable Sayadaw, my question is, would you please explain in brief the steps of meditation itself? Like in the course, in a retreat, how do yogis meditate, like the short steps?
According to the Mogok method,
yes.
How to practice meditation?
Yes.
In brief, you want to know?
No, the steps.
Okay. And Mogok and method, especially, he used this diagram. Based on this diagram, he explained. Whenever he gave Dhamma talk, he used this diagram. Based on this diagram, he explained. He explained based on this diagram. So, to practice meditation also, we practice meditation based on this diagram, based on this circle. So, that in this diagram, and consciousness, mind and matter, sixfold, sense, space, contact, feeling, they are also in our mind and body. When we practice meditation, sometimes we may have consciousness. Sometimes we may have feeling, also possible. Whatever consciousness is arising in us, we have to observe it. Good consciousness, bad consciousness, any consciousness is arising in us, we have to observe it. When we observe that consciousness is also arising in the spirit only. Arising in the spirit. You cannot see immediately. You need to practice little by little. You need concentration little by little. You have to develop concentration and you can see the arising in the spirit of consciousness. At the time, that arising in consciousness is, according to Mogok this diagram, arising in the spirit of that consciousness is dukkha satya. Consciousness, vijnana consciousness. We have to practice vijnana consciousness. That consciousness is arising in the spirit when you practice meditation. At the time, arising in the spirit is dukkha satya. Understanding knowledge come here. Understanding knowledge is magga satya. You understand dukkha as dukkha. By the way, Mogok meditation method, and basically, the first method, Mogok, whenever he gave instruction, arising in the spirit is Mogok and real basic. You practice meditation arising in the spirit only. Arising in the spirit. Whatever object you practice meditation, you may see arising in the spirit. Mogok's main instruction is arising in the spirit. So, here in this connection, when we are practicing consciousness, that consciousness is also arising in the spirit. When you see arising in the spirit is dukkha satya, knowledge is magga satya. Knowledge is magga satya. We understand dukkha as dukkha. So we have knowledge. That knowledge is magga satya. The knowledge understand dukkha as dukkha. So when we understand dukkha as dukkha, we don't crave for that dukkha. At the time, we have no craving, no attachment, no becoming, no smurya satya. No smurya satya, no dukkha satya again. To attain no dukkha saja, no dukkha. To attain no dukkha means nirvana. To attain nirvana, we need to practice consciousness, mind and matter, sixfold sense, space, contact, feeling. Whatever aggregate is arising in you, one of the 5 aggregate is arising in you. Maybe 5 aggregates are arising in you. Maybe one of these you have to practice meditation. Sometimes consciousness is arising, sometimes and feeling is arising, sometimes mind is arising, matters are arising. Whatever is arising in you, observe it. In that case, when you observe that aggregates, you can see the arising and disappearing, arising and disappearing, arising and disappearing. You have to develop very often, very often. At the time, you may understand automatically arising and disappearing is suffering, dukkha saja. Knowledge is magga saja. Removing is samudaya saja. Attaining is nirodha saja. Something like that. You can attain realization of nibbana by practicing consciousness.
And what object is used to develop concentration? Is it anapana, or how yogis develop concentration? And is jhana important to practice this in jhanas in Mogok method?
Mogok method mostly not emphasize jhana, and Mogok emphasize insight meditation. And in our canonical texts, meditation methods are, we may say many, and based on concentration, and concentration is number 1. After that, we can go to an insight. From concentration to insight. Concentration is mainly important, so we have to develop concentration. After that, we can change insight knowledge. Some methods are using concentration and insight simultaneously. Some methods are emphasize insight meditation. Some method emphasize insight meditation. Some concentration meditation. Some both. Mogok meditation methods, in my opinion, using simultaneously concentration and insight, using both of them simultaneously. At the time, according to the Mogok method, meditators, they could not see any sign of concentration. Mostly Mogok disciples, they don't see any sign of concentration. Sometimes they are seeing very afraid of some bloody or some bone, something like that. They can see. When they practice meditation, they can see other meditation method. Mogok methods not like that, because Mogok is using concentration and insight simultaneously. That's why a meditator cannot see like that the sign of concentration. Jhanas also, Mogok not emphasize jhana also. He emphasized insight meditation only. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay.
From my understanding, is it correct to say that in the Mogok method, the Paticcasamuppada is mainly practiced in the present moment, in the present life? So in the Mogok method, is it possible for the meditator to understand past, present, and future life in connection to Paticcasamuppada? Because from my understanding, I remember that the Lord Buddha used to teach his disciples also using like past life examples, for example, through the Jatakas or in the Dhammapada stories. So would a meditator following the MOGOK method be able to understand Paticcasamuppada in relation to past, present, and future lives? Thank you.
And according to the MOGOK method, and past life, present life, and future life, and life by life also, this divine origination issue, life by life also possible. In this present life only, sometime that past period, present period, future period are inside present life. Inside the present life also, this process is revolving, cycling. Present life also, this diagram is cycling. Sometimes we can understand life by life, past life and present life and future life also possible. Also aim to life by life also, we have to understand. Both of them we have to understand.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Can you give us an example of how we can understand the past, present, and future relation in this life, in the meditation practice?
For example, now we are practicing meditation. We are practicing meditation. When we practice meditation, and depending on ignorance and volitional activities, no? Depending on ignorance and volitional activities, we have 5 aggregates. No? We have 5 aggregates. And depending on these 5 aggregate, craving, attachment, becoming, birth, old age, and death, something like that. This process is cycling ceaselessly, without stopping. This process is depending on ignorance, action, volitional action. Action arises, depending on action, consciousness arises, depending on consciousness, mind and matter, something like that. Without practicing meditation, this process is cycling. Without practicing meditation, this process is cycling. When we practice meditation, stop there. Stop there. For example, we practice feeling meditation. Feeling meditation, when we have feeling, we practice meditation on that feeling. At that time, we see arising in the experience of feeling. Arising in the experience is dukkha satya, knowledge is magga satya. Removing is samudaya satya. We remove craving, attachment, becoming. When we remove craving, attachment, becoming, we will have no and birth, old age, and death. We cut diagram. By practicing meditation, we cut. Without practicing meditation, this diagram is cycling in this moment. Cycling, revolving and revolving. So we need to practice meditation to stop this diagram, to stop this process. That is only this life, no? Present life, practicing meditation. That is my understanding here, like that. Okay.
So, a short question?
Yes, okay.
After the realization, what do we do? After the realization, what do we do?
Nothing to do. When you attain realization of Nirvana, you are free from everything, so nothing to do. You have Katang Karaniyan, we have done everything. We have nothing to do, like that. When you attain realization and nibbana, nothing to do. You are free from all of suffering.
So no duty or something. So some suggestion in the sutta or something. Because I don't know about Tipitaka. So Buddha say something after the realization. No. So
At that time,
nothing to do.
Yes, and the sutta also mentioned like that. When you attain realization of nibbana, and Pali word Katang, Karaniya, Nabra, Etataya, something like that. Nothing to do. It means nothing to do.
Oh. So, thank you. I see.
Okay, you're welcome.
So, are you happy with all the questions and answers from the Venerable Sayadaw? Yes?
Yes. Thank you.
We should give a break, and then now there's after your question, then it's my pleasure. Today, may I say thank you to Sayadaw Phaya from our ITBN University, and we have all the students here. And we feel very enlightened, and we learn a lot from your short lectures. I know they would like to know more and more, and then we need them more visits coming here. So may I say thank you very much to Sayadaw Phaya.
Okay, you're welcome.
And then, after that we may have a photo section. So we'll get together here and take a photo with the Sayadaw, because we have to let Sayadaw give a break for lecturing so long. Okay, so you are happy now? So please join here to have a photo section with the Sayadaw. Thank you.